Hello there. Welcome to class. I'm Miss Faust. Please make sure you have paper and a pen or pencil handy. Let me check. Oh, it's looking good. Yes. I'm going to cover, Clifton's Miss Rosie today. So you may want to jot down a few notes that may help you with the assignment. Yes, there is an assignment after I'm done going over the poem. So are you ready? Is everyone ready? You are? Okay, let me go grab my book. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so as I said, Lucille Clifton's Miss Rosie. Wow. In a sense, it's just one long stanza, isn't it? Now, don't forget, when we're talking about stanzas, we're talking about poetic paragraphs. So each stanza is like a paragraph. Does that make sense? Okay. So we have one long one here, don't we? Now, my question to you is, who is the speaker? Who do you think is the speaker of this marvelous poem? Anyone? You think it's Clifton or something? Good job. Yes. Now, there are some people, some critics, scholars of her writing, in particular this poem, that say it's a female and it's somebody who just happens to be observing Miss Rosie. Okay, but overall, it fits more, the speaker fits more to Clifton. In other words, to Miss Rosie's inventor, or creator, namely Lucille Clifton herself. And it fits so really well. So let us say it is Lucille Clifton. Okay, one of those days, isn't it? All right, we got that? Okay, good. Okay, so let's try to go through this, because this poem does make a statement, doesn't it? It is deep. It's short, but deep. Okay, so here we go. When I want you wrapped up like garbage. Ooh, wrapped up like garbage. Is that a metaphor? Or what? Simile, yes. Do you remember the similes? Yeah. Similes, using allegories, okay. So we have that, don't we? We have that. I want you to remember, yes, the use of similes and metaphors and personification and all those types of what we call figurative language, along with imagery, they do give you a picture. So in a sense, this poem is full of imagery. You can visualize it. So you can sort of visualize someone out there in the street in very filthy clothing and the like, maybe wrapped in a blanket that you can tell is dirty and so on. You can start seeing a picture here. So Clifton does use, hold on, let me check. There was something I wanted to add. I think there was something. She does use similes. Okay. No, there was not. It's not. I am so sorry. Okay, along with imagery, so that you can get a true picture of Miss Rosie. Because Miss Rosie isn't just anyone. It's a special someone. Okay. So yes, so the speaker, Clifton, is watching this woman, is watching Miss Rosie, and you can tell that she's homeless. Sitting surrounded by the smell of 2 old potato peels. Okay, so she is sitting there somewhere, they're outside somewhere, and Clifton observes Miss Rosie in an area where there's that smell of potato peels and whatever else that people just throw out, like behind the garage, behind the restaurant, they have the dumpsters, and we have the leftovers, they throw it out there. Okay, and then there's that smell. Okay, that's what we have here. So you get that imagery, aren't you? You can see it. You can perhaps even smell it. Okay. Or when I watch you. So it's not just one time. It's not just a one-time affair here. That she just sees her one time, that's it. We have another time. When I watch you in your old man's shoes. So she is really poor. Wrapped up in whatever she can find for clothing. And then she's got a pair of shoes that really... They are some poor old man's shoes, perhaps, or just somebody who just decided, I don't want these anymore, and discarded them, and she picked them up, and with the little toe cut out. Okay, so in the little toe, it's already got a hole. The shoe has a hole, So we're talking a really sad situation here. Okay. It's just sitting there, waiting for your mind, like next week's grocery. Okay. Again, similarly, like next week's grocery. Waiting for your mind. You know, in the sense of a comparison here, we tend to think, okay, we just went shopping, and then we're already thinking next time. Well, her mind is going. Just like, okay, Ma, we just did $200 worth of shopping today. So what are we going to buy next week? What? You're already thinking about... Okay, so yes, Miss Rosie's mind is going. It's wandering. Okay, mentally, she's not fully there anymore. It's just leaving her. Okay. All these hints tell you that she's been out on the street for quite some time. And again, Clifton is just looking at this and not very emotional, is she? Nothing there to show sympathy. Nothing. I say, when I watch you, you wet brown bag of a woman, almost with like disdain of hate, you know, looking down on this woman. You wet brown bag of a woman. When I watch you, you wet brown bag of a woman. Again, she's clothed in something brownish, something that she picked up, okay, and put around her for clothing, okay, and the speaker, Clifton, in here is just not showing any sympathy, no positive emotion, feeling sorry for her. It's just disdain. You wet brown bag. It's just looking down on her. Okay, it's just as if, you know, here you are. You smell. Your mind is going. Look at your clothing. It's like, get out of my way. What are you doing here? Okay. Now here we go. We find out about Miss Rosie, who used to be the best looking gal in Georgia. She was, at one time, a beautiful woman. Miss Rosie. Beautiful. Now, Georgia, again, in the South. So, yes, we give that little title, Miss Rosie. That Miss in front of the name. Okay. Beautiful woman at one time when she was younger. Used to be called the Georgia Rose. Georgia Rose, yes. That was her, like a nickname for her. She was so beautiful. She was like a rose. What happened to her? That's who she was. She was Georgia Rose. What happened to Miss Rosie? Something happened to her. Something happened to her in her life. She went from being most beautiful woman in Georgia. Something happened. Maybe she tried different kinds of jobs, tried a different kind of life, tried a marriage and this, and everything just collapsed on her. It just went bad. And here she is out on the street. Okay? I stand up through your destruction. I stand up. You might say, well, what does that mean? Miss Rosie didn't just go from Georgia Rose to a homeless person. Like that, overnight. No. She attempted to make something of herself and her life. But didn't succeed. But at least she tried. And that is what Clifton is looking at. Yes, she may have said, you wet brown bag of a woman. Okay? Because she herself doesn't want to end up like that. Okay? She sees that Miss Rosie tried to make something of herself, to succeed in life. But life happened, and it didn't go her way. At least she tried. As I said, she tried. She attempted. She didn't sit back, kick back, and go, well, life just passed me by. Well, that's great. Did you try anything? No, it just went. That's why I'm on the street. No, she tried. She went from Georgia Rose to Miss Rosie, something in between. And that is what Clifton's looking at, is what she's saying. Clifton did not get where she is today. You know, I'm talking by herself. It is people like Miss Rosie and others who helped her get where she got. A famous writer, succeeded in life, made something of herself. And that is what I'm so sorry. And that is what she respects. She respects the fact that she tried. She tried to make something of herself. She's looking at that. That is important to her. Okay. She's not happy with what happened, with what she looks like and how she smells and this and that. Of course not. But she realized that the woman tried. And in order for Clifton to succeed and become what she wants to become, she's got to try too. And she did. Voila. We have her wonderful work. Hold on. I'm going to check and see if there's anything else I want to point out. I mean, there is so much to this poem when you think about it. Okay. So she tried very hard, and she succeeded. And Clifton wants you to feel sympathy for Miss Rosie. She wants you to feel that. Okay. The descriptions, the imagery, the simile, I should say similes. She wants you to feel sympathy. Despite how the speakers comes out and says, "You wet brown bag of a woman." She wants you to feel bad for Miss Rosie. To realize, my gosh, somebody who was up there in the world is now out on the street. Okay. What happened to her? Okay. She's a human being, just like everyone else, Miss Rosie. We can't just look at her and go, wrapped up like garbage by the smell of 2 old potato peels. Okay. Waiting for your mind. You wet brown bag of a woman. She's worthy of good thoughts. Despite what happened to her, she's still a human being. Let's see. All right. So, yes, what happened to her, it's her downfall. Whatever went wrong, we don't know. Okay. But key here, I stand up through your destruction. I stand up. She learned through Miss Rosie. Miss Rosie helped her to become a success. Because it's someone like Miss Rosie who showed, I tried, but I didn't make it. But you can. And Clifton is also saying, we don't just do it on our own. We need people like Miss Rosie. As long as we try. Okay. But the key is, I'm trying to find if there's anything else. She's a human being, and she's worthy of that respect. Okay. So that brings me to the themes. Honoring the elderly. You can tell she's older. Okay. You used to be Georgia Rose. What happened to you? We need to honor our elderly. We don't just leave them out there in brown sacks, letting their minds go with shoes that have holes in them. We need to honor them and respect them. Valuing human worth. Every person is valuable. Okay, we need to value that worth. Everyone is worth something. Okay. People are not just wet brown bags. They are worth much more. Okay. Do you have any questions about this poem? I'm trying to think. There was something else I wanted. No, I guess not. I thought I had something else that I wanted to point out, but nope. So, do you have any questions about this poem? If you do, let me know. Here's your assignment for today. This is due, paragraph 1. So we're talking the 3 questions, okay? Here's your essay topic. How does Clifton's poem reveal the need to value human worth? How does she show that? We need to value human worth. Because every human being is worth something. We need to value that. We need to respect that. That's what Clifton's trying to say. Okay? And she respects that. And she stands up in her destruction. In Miss Rosie's downfall, she is able to pick herself up and succeed. Now, let me read some things. Okay, so I need you to follow the P writing formula. Please do that. And then think of 3 ways that Clinton as a speaker makes clear the value of a human being. You need to use details from the poem and observations from life. Okay? So you're doing a little bit of a mix. But the focus is on the poem. So yes, heavy-duty evidence from the poem. But you can bring in observations from life that you've seen, heard, been shared, somebody shared it with you, that will support what you're saying that's from the poem. So in a way, you've got evidence coming from the poem that is then supported by evidence from real life, if you'd like to think of it that way. Okay? Let's see. Life. Okay, do not forget. Give her credit. Lucille Clifton's name in the first question, along with the title of her poem. In quotation marks. Double quotation marks. Alright, let's see what else. Okay, first question. No, there's nothing else. So, the focus, again, is the poem. You're just bringing in a few tidbits that you've noticed from life that will support what Clifton is sharing with you. Does that make sense? Okay, if you have a question about that, please let me know. Okay, otherwise, paragraph 1 is due today. Again, how does Clifton's poem reveal the need to value human worth? Miss Rosie is worth something. She's a human being. So what's the value? She should be treated how? Okay. Also, I'd like you to answer this question. If you could choose between Switzerland or Ireland for a vacation spot, which country would you pick? Is it going to be Switzerland or will it be Ireland? Which country would you pick? So, paragraph 1 today, and then the answer to this wonderful question. And again, if you have any questions regarding the poem, please let me know. Okay. Otherwise, as soon as you're done with the paragraph, send it on off with, of course, the answer to this question to me. When? Yes, today. And today is what? What part of speech? Got it. Adverb. Because it says when. Okay. Right? Tells us when. Today. Okay. So I wish you a great day. Till next time. Bye-bye.